Hello, beautiful lovelies of the internet. It's me, I'm back. It's been a while, hasn't it? I thought I'd come on here and say hello. I've had early morning clients. They are amazing. Oh my God, we've had some of the best conversations. I could just do that all day long, but here I am talking to you. I haven't even had breakfast yet, so I haven't done anything. I've just been talking, of course. And I thought, why not come on here and talk some more? And as you will see, I have titled this Coded for Genius. And this is what wants to come through right now. So let me know if you're on here. I can never see on my phone, but let me know if you're on here. Say hello. Don't be shy. And let me know in the comments how you're going. But yeah, so Coded for Genius. A big difference between your gifts, like being gifted with something. You know, we hear that a lot, like our purpose, our gifts, our talents, our skills. This is very different. Genius is very different. It's like, I liken genius to our flavor, our signature, the one thing or that special something that only we can do. So there is literally zero other people on the planet that are coded with that level of genius. Zero people, only you have it. Just like I have my own genius. And so that's very different to skills and talents and the things that we see as like our gifts. We often don't, we see gifts as like something that's outside of us. So it's like we were given them, you know, God gave them to us, the universe, our guides, our higher self, our soul. It's sort of like something outside of ourselves gave them to us. And the genius coded within you is just, it's inherently your essence. It's the essence. It's like the creative blocks of who you are. It's that special something that you bring. And so that's why, you know, when we're looking at different businesses and stuff like that, and you see, you know, scripts like sales scripts and, you know, do it this way, say it this way. And it's like, that's never going to work. It might work in a generic sense, but no one's ever really going to get to know the real you or who you are or anything like that. And your energy, if you're reading like someone else's words, you know, even we could see a post on Facebook and copy and paste that and put it as our own, and it still won't have the same vibe and flavor than the person who said it, because that code of genius was like coming through them, pouring through them as they wrote that post or that email or, you know, that sales script or whatever it might be. So that it had their flavor and their frequency and their energy coded into that. And so I see, you know, a lot of people sort of trying to copy or do the same as other people. Well, it worked for that person, so I will do that. You know, we see this just in general, don't we, in day-to-day life, like with diets, exercise programs, you know, boot camps, courses, programs, everything. You know, as humans, we all have this like energy around, I want to be exactly like that person. I want to have what that person's got. You know, I want to be doing my business that way. I want to be living life that way. I want. I covet everything. And there's nothing wrong with that, right? That helps us build our own desires for what we want in life and, you know, that sort of thing. But we need to do it with our own genius, our own brand of awesome, and our own signature frequency that's coded into us, that only we can deliver the special secret sauce of that sale, of that post, of that exercise program, of that diet. You know, it's like, I've always lived my life in this way, as I had learned something and then I would, you know, turn that into my genius, like how I can bring that through in my own words, in my own vibe, in my own way. So I've always, you know, as you learn things, you take in little pieces of everything, but that's different. That's like, you know, you're learning gifts and skills and everything, but then it's like, how can your genius come through and create the thing that only you are known for, or only you speak the way you speak, or do the things that you do? You know, that's what I'm talking about. It's like story time, but I was watching this show the other night, and some of you may have seen it. Let me know if you have, but it's really interesting. But it was on Netflix, and it's, you know, about all the old movies. I think it was like Jurassic Park and Back to the Future, and a couple of others, Forrest Gump and something else, Pretty Woman, I think. And we were watching the Jurassic Park one, and it's about like all the struggles they had to actually bring the movie to life, and like the challenges they faced. And there was an animator on the movie, and at the time, think about that, how many years ago that was for Jurassic Park, and there was no such thing as being able to animate dinosaurs being able to run or anything like that. It wasn't even created, that sort of program. And this man and another guy with him, they wanted to do that. They wanted to do it. And the industry, you know, the bigwigs, they were sort of like, this can't be done. It's not possible. So we're going to go with the animatronic people, and we're going to do animatronic. And he said, the man said, as soon as they said to me, it's impossible and it can't be done, he said, I knew I wanted to do it. I knew I wanted to do it. And he went against them, and behind their back, he would just spend day and night creating and working out how to do the impossible, because basically it didn't exist. That is genius. That is genius in action. It's the part of you that goes, I don't know friggin' how the hell I'm going to do this thing. I didn't even know. Like, there's no manual, there's no guidebook, there's no instructions. It's just something that I just have this feeling inside of me. I know I can do this thing, or this thing wants to come out of me. I just have this passion, or this, like, this energy that just goes, I'm going to create this thing. That is genius. So you can see the difference between something that is just maybe a skill, like he was an animator, that was his skill. Okay, so he was creative, he was an animator, he had drawing ability, he had creative ability. They were all his skills and talents, but that was not his genius. His genius came through when they said that can't be done. And then his frequency engaged and went, well, I just have a knowing that it can be, and I'm going to prove you wrong, and I'm going to do it. And he did. He literally did. And so obviously they then they were so blown away by what him and this other man created that they went with it for the movie. But yeah, so that's just a perfect example of someone who utilizes their genius, not just their skills and abilities. So for you, if you're out there and you feel like, oh, but I'm just to this, or I'm just to that, or there's a million of me, you know, there's so many healers, or there's so many psychics, or there's so many massage people, or there's so many accountants, or there's so many whatever, whatever it is for you. But everyone has their own brand and genius codes within them. They're all coded with a particular flavor and frequency and signature that wants to be unleashed and let out. Okay, so that's what I want you to just think of, because I have these conversations with my clients where they feel like, oh, but you know, how can I be different from everyone else? How can I stand out? You know, but there is no competition. When you're utilizing your genius codes, which is something I help you with when I work with you, when you're utilizing that, then you are like your own standalone shelf in the supermarket. You know, like when you're in the supermarket and they've got like a big stand specially done up with the Cadbury chocolate or whatever it is, right? They have this special stand done up just for that brand, right? That's genius there. Whereas all the other things on the shelf, they're all competing against each other because they're in the mindset of talents and gifts and competition. So they're in that mindset. instead of being like, well, I'm going to set myself apart from everyone and I'm just going to do this thing in a way that's never been done before, or I didn't even know it could be done before. Okay, and then you do it. You speak that way, you bring in your flavor, your energy, and do things in the way that you want to do it. You will really struggle when you just feel like you're plodding along and going through the motions and doing a very carbon copy way of everyone else. And that goes for life and it goes for business especially. If you're not really connecting into that flavor of what you're here to bring, the uniqueness, the quirkiness, the weirdness, the uniqueness, the everything that makes you you, has nothing to do with your skills or ability. Your skills or ability just help you to bring the experience of your genius to life. That's what they do. Okay, so it is not, it could look like it's a skill, but it's actually the way in which you deliver the skill, or it's the way in which you speak the truth or the words, or that you write the words. It's the way in which you do it. Okay, and then that genius is coded to other people to activate them in some way. And then they then use their own genius to activate something else. So it's a ripple effect. So I hope that's making sense. But it's really an important distinction to get you out of that mindset of, I need to be doing the same as everyone else. And even if like you learn a skill that you have to do it that way, I've really come across a lot of clients that get stuck in that. They get stuck in, oh, well, this is how I have to do it because I learned it this way. And it's like, well, no, you don't. You can take what you need from that and then bring it through your own filter, your own genius filter, and bring it through that as to how you're meant to deliver that thing or bring that thing through into reality. It does not have to look and feel the way you learned it, or how you saw it in some way, or how the rest of the industry or whatever's doing it. We can do things differently. And that's what true genius is. And that's what's going to set you apart from the crowd. It's going to set you apart, and it's going to set you on a pathway to living the most incredible life when you start looking outside the square, activating genius mode and bringing through your flavor and essence that no one else on the planet has. As I said, that's something I love working with and what I help you do when we work one-on-one. So if that's something that interests you, you can DM me. But if not, please look for it in your own life. Like really go deep and feel the things you're probably avoiding and ignoring about what makes you uniquely you are the things that you need to bring out and unleash and bring into your work and your everyday life. All right, everyone, it's so good to connect with you again, and we'll catch up again really soon. Okay, have a great day. Bye.